If someone came to me one day and said, "Explain to me what makes a great teacher," I would escort the person to the classroom of Jan Haar. Certainly, in response to such a request, I could list the characteristics of a great teacher: hope, enthusiasm, determination, compassion, intelligence, humor, and more. Or instead, I could simply introduce the person to Jan. She is the epitome of everything a teacher should be. Alive today are thousands of people who, if you ask them, will attest to Jan's quick wit and lasting desire to make learning important and fun.
Jan Haar's students are some of the luckiest around. They have a teacher who not only knows the material impeccably, they also have a teacher who cares for them on an individual basis, who takes the time to get to know each one and who understands what each student needs in order to do the very best that he or she can. A quick joke, a knowing look, or even a tap on the desk is often enough. Jan's students know that she is watching out for each of them and that she expects success from all of them. In watching Jan, I am reminded of why I chose to become a teacher. The passion, dedication, and creativity that she demonstrates every day prompts me to become a better educator.
Jan has always been someone that I looked to and wondered, how the heck does she do it? How does she have the energy and the motivation and the sheer enjoyment that she does every day? What I found out was that it is because she loves and lives what she does. Education is not a profession to her, it is her. She is a consummate lifelong learner. Jan doesn't just teach her students, she is learning right with them. Jan has seen much in her nearly 40 years of teaching, and each day and each year brings new challenges that she is ready to take head on. She is one of the best role models for teacher and students alike.
As a self-described math nerd, numbers mean a great deal to Carrie Johnson. So let me share some numbers I think support her nomination for Teacher of the Year. The students who were lucky enough to be in her math classes during the 2007-2008 school year had an average increase of 26 points on their Dakota Step scores from the tests given to them as 7th graders. 13 of those students went from proficient to advanced, and 11 moved from basic to proficient. In all, 29% of those students moved up a level on their assessments. Carrie brings passion, enthusiasm, and talent to her position as a math teacher. However, she would have brought these same traits to whatever career she pursued. Lucky for us and for a generation of students, she chose to teach.
Carrie continues to grow and learn as a professional. Recently, I learned that she had been instrumental in the development of standards-based grading. Her practices are being held up within the district as a model. Last fall, she was asked to present her ideas at a district in-service and has arranged her schedule at times to work with teachers in other schools. Carrie is an incredible educator who deserves to be recognized for her outstanding contributions to the Sioux Falls School District.
All 4 of my daughters had Mrs. Johnson as a math teacher at Axtell Park Middle School. An example of Mrs. Johnson's use of new creative methods to teach math was her musical version of the algebraic quadratic equations sung to the tune of Pop Goes the Weasel. This song has been sung many times in our house over the years. As a parent, I greatly appreciate the consideration I got from Mrs. Johnson if I had a special concern about my child. Carrie knew my daughters' personalities and abilities. She really listened, showed genuine concern, and took special care to help in any situation. I could tell that teaching was much more than a simple job for Mrs. Johnson. It was a way of life, and it was fun.
Julie and I have worked together for the past 11 years at Memorial Middle School. Her students learn how to read history in order that they continue to learn and grow on their own. Julie makes history real and alive to her students. She engages them in reading, writing, researching, presenting, creating projects, and collaborating. Not only has Julie benefited hundreds of students, she has also been a leader with her colleagues. They integrate curriculum and aid students with organization, study skills, and with the general life of 6th grade. Her students come back to visit her year after year. She has captured them.
Where does one begin when attempting to list the contributions made by Julie Ortman to the education community and our youth, in all my years of education, in a variety of schools, I have never, ever witnessed a teacher with such a powerful gift for teaching. She is creative and makes every day and every lesson captivating, entertaining, and fun for students. To teach is to touch lives forever. That is Julie Ortman.
It is a delight to nominate Julie Ortman for this prestigious award. She is one of those people who absolutely loves teaching and getting students fascinated with history. With all the stimulation students face in today's world, it takes an extremely creative teacher to catch and hold students' interest. Julie uses a wide variety of techniques to engage her students in the world of history, making cave paintings with sticks, writing ancient words using Chinese characters, hieroglyphics, and cuneiform, creating architectural models such as Roman projects and pyramids, holding mock debates and elections, conducting scientific archaeological digs with students, designing and hosting wax museums where students dress as historical characters and perform in first person. It takes an incredible individual to spark the minds the way Julie does.
Learning mathematics can be a complicated endeavor which, to be done well, must encourage the students in the classroom to be working as hard as the teacher is. Teresa understands this concept and works diligently to bring in activities that support 21st century skills and high student engagement. These kinds of activities allow the students to be creative in their thinking and in their solutions to problems. The challenging work helps them understand the importance of being able not only to solve a problem, but also to effectively communicate how and why the solution works. These are the kinds of skills that are going to help the lucky students in her classroom be successful in the future, whether it be in math class or in life.
I believe that Teresa brings a unique and insightful perspective to the classroom based upon her life experiences. In working with algebra skills students, she encounters the very lowest level students who lack supportive home lives to foster their education. Teresa takes it upon herself to be an advocate for these students and helps ensure that each student knows a solid education is important. In addition to possessing a particular talent in working with low-achieving math students, Teresa also has the ability to set very high standards and expectations for the brightest students at LHS in AP Statistics. Her AP test scores are outstanding and she continually is searching and training to stay current on the subject. She is one of the most qualified, dedicated mathematics teachers I've ever worked with in my 25 years of teaching.
Overall, Teresa's passion and drive to reach students is remarkable. She spends many hours outside the school day preparing to be the best teacher she can be. Teresa is always looking for ways to improve her teaching to connect on a deeper level with her students. She has encouraged me to become a better teacher and has always provided beneficial feedback to help me better myself as an educator. Teresa is extremely worthy and deserves this honor.
Good evening and welcome to the 22nd annual Dr. John W. Harris Teacher of the Year Award reception. And a few years ago, we started to look for some very special quotes to put on the plaque of the Teacher of the Year. And this year's quote that will be on that plaque says, and it's by John Ruskin, "When love and skill work together, expect a masterpiece." And we are here this evening to celebrate teachers who, with all the love and skill in the world, encourage their students toward success, encourage their students toward becoming a masterpiece. The beautiful harp music that we've just enjoyed was performed by our very own Washington High School student, Alexandra Stanley, and truly her music sounded like a masterpiece to me. Alexandra. Now, I know that Alexandra has to quickly leave us for a concert, I believe, but I thought I would share with you before she leaves this room is that she's going to be attending the University of Arizona in Tucson next fall on a full music scholarship, double majoring in harp and piano. Congratulations. While you are finishing your dessert, assuming that some of you are not yet finished, I'd like to introduce to you Logan Smith. Logan is a freshman at Washington this year, and he's a part of the oral interp team. And Logan's going to entertain us with his comedic oral interp piece entitled The Hamilton Sasquatch. So please listen and enjoy Logan.
Vienna, you need to keep your eyes closed. Oh, Thomas, I reserve myself the right to at least know where I'm going. Don't you owe Thomas me, Missy. Hey, get back here, you. We're almost there. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Thomas, it's beautiful, I know. It's my favorite area of the Hamilton forestry because you've got the generic eucalyptus over here to the left, and the African maple back in this northern region, and the generic eucalyptus again over in this vicinity, which stretches back for miles and miles, I think. Oh, and the jacaranda to top off the square. Thomas, it's so nice of you to bring me here. Yeah, well, it's really appropriate. Appropriate? How so? How so? Vienna, I think, oh my goodness, I'm no good at this, Thomas, did you hear that? And well, I know that we haven't been dating for very long, but, well, how do I put this? Here, let me start over. Seriously, Thomas, I don't think that we're alone. And no, don't you say a word. Here we go. Again. Well, I know that we haven't been dating for very long, and... Oh, Thomas, save me, Thomas! And, well, I guess all there is to say is that I love you, Leanna, and I want to spend the rest of my life... Would you... Mr. Mayor, 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 Mr. Mayor. Is this the mayor's office? Yes. Okay, good. Where to? First, you're going to go up one flight of stairs. Then you're going to go straight down a hallway. There will be 3 doors. One on the left, 2 on the right. The one on the left is the maintenance room. This is not the mayor's office. The 2 on the left will be labeled respectively with a male symbol and a female symbol. These are the building's water closets. Excuse me, water closets. Facilities, rooms. Where is the mayor's office at? I'm getting there. Next, you will take a right into a vestibule, moderate in size. This will lead you to the mayor's waiting room, which I cannot wait. My business is high priority. This concerns last night's Sasquatch assault. All Sasquatch-related orders of business, for the time being, will be non-recessive in nature. You won't have to wait, sir. I won't have to wait. Thank you, stars! Mr. Mayor, 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 Mr. Mayor! Are you Mayor Quatchsass, the mayor of Hamilton? Oh, Miss Bindon, I'm surprised you didn't recognize me. I know who you are. I was just being polite by pretending that I didn't know who you were. Oh, that's very funny, Thomas. Very funny indeed. I knew your father John back when he was alive. He is alive. Yes, well, aren't we all? Just some of us more than others. Now, I am the Sasquatch. What? Nothing at all, dear Thomas. Now, what may I help you with? Sir, didn't you hear about last night's Sasquatch assault? Oh, yes. A sure tragedy indeed, Mr. Thomas Bindernagel. Well, there must be something that we can do. Must be something. Must be something that we can do. But we can do something. But what? All of the local authorities move as slow as the Jews. Oh, Mr. Tony's so resentful. Well, it's true. We need something more than law enforcement on this incident. Because this creature will stop at nothing. And I'm convinced that we can't stop at anything either as well. Thomas, you speak with such great haste. Well, I'm sorry, Mayor Quatchsass, but last night I lost the only person that I ever loved. And with that in mind, I'd like to ask your permission to orchestrate a town meeting. It won't be militant in nature, I just want to hear the others' opinions on this matter.
Be my guest, oh, Miss Bindernagel. Be my guest.
Citizens of Hamilton, my name is Thomas Bindernagel, and I'm up here today to discuss a very serious matter that involves the well-being of our town. And I'm down here to discuss your lack of eloquence as a speaker. Citizens of Hamilton. Now, our town is in a grave crisis, and I don't know why you are all being so apathetic and antagonistic to my cause, but this absurdity must end. Amen, Brother Bindernagel. Amen, Sister Bindernagel. Citizens of Hamilton. Now, what do you say? We gather up all of our weapons and form a posse and track down that Hamilton Sasquatch, who I presume is still in Hamilton 4th Street. And once and for all, defeat the Hamilton Sasquatch. These tracks seem starkly reminiscent to Sasquatch Trail. All right. What weapon check, boys? Baseball bat? Check. Shotgun? Got it, sister. Machete? Check. Don't you guys hear that? Oh, I don't mean to doubt you, boss, but it could be anything. I mean, I thought it was just the sound of our four friends hunting some no-good Sasquatch. What do you say to a nice cold brewski once we get home? No, seriously, I think I heard something. Hey, townsperson number 1 is right. There's no room for any false alarms. Now, oh, there it is. It's hideous! It's hideous! He is hideous! And definitely not a woman. Look at those claws. No, bad news, bad news. Sasquatch, I hate you! Get him, boys! Oh no, I always go cross-eyed whenever I'm aiming. Which one's Thomas? Which one's You just shot me! What's wrong with you? I can fit my entire hand in the hole. Well, Thomas, we need to get you to a doctor. No, don't bother. There's just one last thing I need to do. Sasquatch, I knew it. Mayor Quatchsass, who would have known that you'd be the Sasquatch? Well, it's actually quite simple if you think about it. If you take his name and you switch around the Quatch with the Sass, it really spells Sasquatch.
Logan, thank you for that unique piece. And knowing he is a freshman, we are all expecting Logan to see you many more times in the next 3 years. So thank you. You know, and I'd like to acknowledge a very special person that is with Logan in the back who helps to coach and groom Logan's talent, and that would be Brian Ackerman. Brian, do you want to raise your hand? And the instructor of our other performer tonight, and I'm not certain whether or not she's here, but Jennifer Hawkinson would.
She is at the concert.
At the concert, for which Alexandra had to hurry to. Thank you. So these teachers, as you can tell, do share a part of creating masterpieces every day in their classrooms through the skill and the love that they do share with their students in their school and classrooms every day. We thank you for that. In your program, you will see the names of the judges on the panel who volunteered their time to select our finalists and our winners. And we are very grateful to them. And if any of the judging team might be here, I know they are. Cher, our last year's Teacher of the Year, Dean Karski, Dean sitting over here, School Board President Kent Elberty, and Valerie Maher, our PTA citywide chair president. Thank you. I'd like to sincerely thank SFEA for their help this evening and for providing the beautiful boutonniere and corsages to our nominees that are with us tonight. And last but not least, I'd like to thank the team of people who behind the scenes make this happen. And they would be Ben Schumacher, who worked so hard on the video that you'll soon see, and Jeff Little, who is over with the camera as usual so that we can later watch this on K-Learn. In addition to Ben and Jeff, I'd like to say thank you to Bev Chase and Karen Schultz, who work tirelessly to make sure that this event occurs. Each year, they spend a lot of time seeing that it goes off without a problem, and we thank you for that. The school board members who are here this evening, who will be sharing the microphone, and I'd like to introduce them at this time, and then they'll begin to come forward and take us through the program until we get to that special moment of announcing who the Teacher of the Year is. We have with us School Board President Kent Elberty, School Board Vice President Darren Davey, Debbie Hoffman, Doug Morrison, and Kate Parker. There's sometimes I feel like since I've been superintendent, in order to be a female on the school board, you need to be short and have short hair. So with that, if Kate would please come forward to begin our presentation.
Thanks, Pam. Since 1989, Sioux Falls educators who have been selected as Teacher of the Year include early childhood, elementary, middle, and high school teachers in both the public and private schools. Although they represent various backgrounds and areas of specialty, they all possess effective teaching skills and a passion for their profession. Tonight's program includes the names and schools of the 21 previous winners. Several of our alumni are here with us this evening. At this time, I invite our distinguished alumni to stand and be recognized as we honor your legacy.
Good evening. This year, 11 teachers were honored by having a colleague, parent, principal, or student nominate them for the Dr. John W. Harris Teacher of the Year. I am confident in saying that the quality of teaching represented in this room tonight is among the best in the nation. Nominees, as I read your name, please step forward to receive a certificate recognizing your achievement. And the first person we'll recognize is Nikki Dunn, kindergarten teacher at Longfellow Elementary. He's here tonight. Congratulations to Nikki. Second, Chris Hansen, first grade teacher at Rosa Parks Elementary. Yep. Come on forward. Next, Georgia Hayes, first grade at Christian Center Elementary. Next is Jim Jarofsky, AP Chemistry teacher at Lincoln High School, who I only know in my household as Jaws, and I think he is out at a track meet tonight working with the kids, so congratulations to Jim. Next, Tara Olson, first grade at Annie Sullivan Elementary. Next, Erica Palladino Hazlett, English at the Juvenile Detention Center. Janet Swear, Physical Science at Washington High School. I'm going to turn it over to Debbie.
Good evening. It's my pleasure this evening to introduce our 4 finalists. And I suspect that I could ask them to introduce themselves to us and intrigue us with their classroom expertise, or their educational philosophy, or quite frankly, all of the good things that their students have said about them. But one of the things my children have learned, it's not what you say, it's what you do that matters. So the best way to learn about a teacher is to see them doing that. So let's take a look at the worlds of these 4 examples of teaching at its best. It really is about what they do, and I want to hear that pop goes the weasel to the quadratic equation because I need it for my freshman son. Finalists, as I read your name, would you please come forward to receive your certificate and a district voucher for $100 to use as you wish in your classroom. Jan Har, English and Speech at Roosevelt High School. Carrie Johnson, 8th grade math at Axtell Park Middle School. Julie Ortman, 6th grade social science teacher at Memorial Middle School. And Teresa Timmerman, Algebra AP Statistics at Lincoln High School.
Since the first Sioux Falls Teacher of the Year was selected in 1989, $66,000 has been awarded by Vern Eide Motor Cars through the commitment of owner Bruce Eide. Bruce truly understands that quality teaching not only leads to student achievement, but inspires all teachers to excel. Our ongoing relationship with Bruce and Vern Eide exemplifies the essence of the school business partnership. Please help me welcome Bruce Eide as he comes forward for the announcement of the 2010 Dr. John W. Harris Teacher of the Year. Along with Bruce, I invite all of the school board members and last year's Teacher of the Year, Cher May, to come forward as board president. Kent Alberti reveals tonight's winner.
I had the privilege of serving on the judging panel for this year's award. Each of the judges had the opportunity to review and re-review the nominations individually for about 2 weeks. Then we all met together to share our various perspectives and ultimately make the extremely difficult selection which I am about to announce. Let me share some examples of our recipient's dedication, love for her profession, and approach to teaching. Our 2010 Teacher of the Year masterfully combines her skills as a committed and innovative leader with her love and excitement for teaching to inspire both her students and colleagues. A lifelong learner, she possesses a master's degree and has participated in numerous conferences, seminars, and training sessions to further develop and engage herself as an educator. She notes, It is important to understand how to teach, but also to remember what it feels like to be a student. A colleague admires this commitment to her profession and to her students and rights. She is constantly reflecting on her practice, learning new and exciting ways to teach and connect with her students, and growing both personally and professionally. The 2010 Teacher of the Year believes in establishing strong personal relationships in the classroom that create a rich learning environment and allow students to feel comfortable. Therefore, students are willing to work hard and confront challenges because the classroom is a safe place to take intellectual risks. Another colleague says her positive attitude is infectious and helps the students in her classroom be proud of themselves and the things they have accomplished. Congratulations to 2010 Dr. John W. Harris Teacher of the Year, Teresa Timmerman. And now Bruce ID has a very special presentation to make on behalf of Vern ID Motor Cars.
Yeah, it's very cool. Well, this is your first time up here, isn't it? I've been up here before. And it's always a great pleasure. You know, all the teachers that we ever encounter are just the best examples of folks in humanity that I know. We, the public, ask you to train up our future, and that's a big deal. And you get little recognition for it. You basically are just representing a whole bunch of wonderful folks tonight. But I can tell you that teachers who are some of our past folks. Wave to me, Sharon. Hey, Joe, nice to see you. There's lots of people out here who come before you, Teresa, and you carry on a great tradition in the Sioux Falls school system. So, congratulations on behalf of Vern ID Motor Cars. It's my pleasure to present you with a check. You get a real one, and then you get one that you can show the kids. It's a real pleasure.
Oh, it's just like teaching. Hi. I'm kind of at a loss for words right now. So I guess I would really just like to say thank you for my team of teachers that I get to teach with. It has been an awesome privilege to work with you. And thanks to my principals, thank you, who do a great job of letting us have the freedom in the classroom to experiment and do different things that have never been done before, and to try new strategies to reach all of our learners. So my department chair, Mary, is here, and my two team teachers, Danielle and Jen. Thanks very much for all your support this year. It's so much easier to do it with a real team, so thanks. And I'd also like to say thank you to my parents who drove down from Canada to be here tonight. I really appreciate that.
with that, I'd like to say thank you to each one of you for being here tonight. And thank you to each one of you who are teachers who constantly commit yourself with all that love and skill to create those masterpieces every day. And Teresa, we extend our deepest congratulations in what you represent on behalf of the 1,500 teachers in the school district. Have a great evening. Thank you.
I think when I first found out that I was going to be nominated, my team teacher nominated me, and that was really exciting just because we've been doing some different stuff this year. This is the first time that we've been team teaching or that I've been involved in a team, and that was a really nice compliment. We've been learning a lot this year from each other right away, and that's the nicest part about having a team right together, is that you can instantly sort of have someone watching you and giving you feedback and saying, hey, we should try this, or that worked really well, we should do that again. And so that's been kind of a fun dynamic to be part of. And then to know that she was putting my name forward was a really great compliment to get from her. And then they came in, kind of surprised me during my planning period one Friday morning, and Dr. Holman came in with some flowers and said, you're a finalist. And it sort of, it was a great compliment, but also a big surprise. You know, sometimes you think, there's so many other wonderful teachers in the district, and there's so many people who are just being innovative and doing great things with all sorts of learners, that was just a really pleasant surprise, a really nice compliment. That night was a really fun experience. I was really glad that I got to be surrounded by my family and my friends. My coworkers, my team teacher and my department chair and my principals were there. And it was just a fun experience to look around the room, and there was faces of people I recognized from various functions around the district and say, these are the really leaders and innovators in the classroom. And that was neat to just look around and see that the district is full of really energized, qualified, innovative people who are doing new things. And then it just came as a real shock, a real pleasant shock, no doubt, but totally a shock. So it was a fun night. The team is teaching algebra skills, and so we were able to go to a conference last year, February, and sort of revamp our whole idea of what we had for our newest technology. Generally, our newest technology is geared towards our high-achieving learners, and we decided that maybe we needed to redirect that and put that in the hands of the struggling learners and really see that they could influence what was going on with their math. And there was an action that they could take, and they could see an immediate consequence, and then they could use that series to make predictions about what would happen next. And so that was fun, but it also required a stretch on their part because it's a different style of learning. And it does require risk-taking because you need to make a prediction, and we all know that sometimes our predictions are wrong, and then we have to go back and revise and revamp. And so it was a learning curve for the students, but also for us as teachers as to how do we make that a safe environment to take those risks, and then how do we structure the classroom so that students feel comfortable moving forward slowly, step by step, until they have the concept that we're looking for them to have. But we've had the privilege of having flexibility with laptops and computers, calculators, all sorts of various means of trying to make math more hands-on and more applicable and more real for those students in that class. You know, it's been a fun growing process. At first, students were fairly hesitant to try and just dive in and experiment and see, and they didn't want to push the wrong button or go to the wrong screen. And now just to see the growth that they've had as far as they are just willing to jump in and try things and see what's happening on the screen and see if they can change it, or they know how to troubleshoot, and some things that they could try to help their neighbor. So now it's not just you know, teachers being the source of information. At the beginning of the year, when everything was new, there was a lot of instruction on how to use the technology, and now it's peers teaching their classmates, this is how I do it, or this is where you got stuck. And that's really fun to see as a teacher, because obviously we'd like to equip all our students so they could do the job without us being there. There are so many things that are rewarding. I think there's sort of two aspects of what's rewarding. First, there's the small things, the everyday things, just when you see a kid's light bulb click, or the students that are in that algebra skills class then go to their regular algebra class and are able to teach their classmates in that class, and you think, that's fabulous that they had the chance to A, get the mathematical knowledge, and B, gain the confidence that they felt like they could talk to their peers and teach them what to do. So that's kind of fun. And the other aspect is the really big things. You know, it's fun to see, especially the stats students come back and say, we're doing this in college. And what we did was exactly what we're doing right now. We already know this, and all our classmates are kind of struggling, and we've got it down pat, you know. Or mostly the stats kids, because they're the seniors, are coming back and saying, I got the scholarship I wanted, I got into the school I wanted. Those kind of big events for them in their life. And that's fun to share those with the students and just sort of celebrate with them. So there's the day-to-day things, and then there's the kind of big milestone things. I think sometimes we hear this a lot, that teachers believe that all students can learn, but I really do think that math is attainable for all students. And what we just need to realize as teachers is that maybe it's not at the same time, maybe it's not at the same pace, or maybe it's not in the same way that we might have learned, or that is kind of a common practice. But every day it's fun because the challenge is different. The skills students, the challenge is to really clearly articulate what you're trying to get across to them and what you're trying to show them. And the stats students, it's where is this going? It's fun because it's applicable right now, but then it's also, what's the next question? Where does this take us? And they have that sort of future vision where they want to know, why is this important? Where is this going? So just coming into school every day knowing that you're going to make a difference in hopefully getting at least some students to just catch the math bug that day. It's not every student every day, but over the course of the year, every student is going to have a day where they feel success in math, and hopefully more than one day. That's one of the things I hope that my students take away from this, is that education is a lifelong process. When new technology comes out for us in math, when new calculators come out, we could just say, you know, I'm familiar with my old one, it works fine, I know how to use it, but we need to continue to grow and change and learn what's coming up. And so that's the next challenge for me, is to try and learn how to be a teacher of math teachers and sort of inspire the next generation of teachers on how do we inspire the students, and how do we capture their attention, how do we show them this is what you're learning today, but this is where it can take you tomorrow, and sort of just instill that energy about learning. So the best way to do that is for me to keep learning and remember what it's like to feel like to be a student. I think that's an important thing for all teachers to remember when they're in the classroom. So I'm just kind of taking it to the next level, and I'll be a full-time student again for a while. I think one of the best things about this district has been the support that our department has been given as far as professional development. Like I said, this whole kind of concept for skills came out of a conference that we were able to attend. And then our administration has been especially supportive of doing some new and different things and non-traditional things, and setting up a team and having team teachers in the classroom, and giving us the flexibility to try these things. And I think that's one of the things that makes this district great, is they're continuing to promote the development of the staff. You know, to continue to put an emphasis on the importance of our continued learning and continued growing, so that we can help students attain their 21st century skills that are important for them moving forward in whatever they pursue after they leave.